touched on violence a little earlier, but it seems to me that humanity falls back on violence time and again, and we fall into these cycles where we keep turning to violence. I'm just wondering, what are we as individuals lacking? Why do we as part of the society allow these patterns to keep repeating?
Oh, there are many ways to look at this. One simple fact we need to acknowledge is, she was talking about gazelles, so for a gazelle to become a giraffe, it took many, many millions of years. For a pig to become an elephant, it took many more million years. But for a monkey to become a human being, it took a very short time. In terms of evolution, we jumped, hop, skipped and jumped. Because of this, right now, we have arrived at a state of intelligence which without the necessary stability. Right now, human intelligence is working against human beings. It has to work for us means we have to create a stable platform. People have not strived for it, cultures have not brought it into themselves to bring stability into the human being so that this intelligence will work for us, not against us. Right now, when we talk about stress, when we talk about anger, when we talk about various other forms of violence, which happen continuously in human being, within a human being and once in a way bursts out on the street. It doesn't burst out every day, but it's happening every day in a whole lot of human beings. If this intelligence has to work productively for human life, a stable base has to be created. Unfortunately, we have not strived for the stable base, and as time goes by, as societies get more affluent across the world, you will see the stability is one thing that they're sacrificing. An unstable human being with an sharp intelligence becomes destructive. So, one thing, most important thing that we have to strive for to create a stable physiological, chemical and energy base for every human being, this must start as early as possible in one's life. I see particularly affluent societies anywhere in United States, more largely, but in the urban centers in India also you can see this happening in a rampant way today. One thing that youth lack is stability. Without stability, our intellect and intelligence is like a knife. If you know how to hold it, it can do productive work. If you do all this, it'll rip yourself up. Right now, our own intelligence is ripping us up. And when something rips us, we also sometimes want to rip other people. Do unto others what we do unto ourselves. People do it, unpleasant things to themselves and unpleasant things to everybody. So the foremost thing that is necessary if you want to stop or if you want to put violence down to a minimum level on the planet, if elimination is out of question, at least if you want to put it to minimum, the foremost thing is we have to produce more stable human beings. Otherwise, our intelligence has become counterproductive because the evolutionary skip, you heard about the missing link, evolution has skipped when it comes to human beings. Suddenly we have evolved in a big way from from a gorilla to a chimpanzee to who we are today. In terms of DNA, we are only 1.23% different from a chimpanzee. But in terms of our intelligence, we are phenomenally different. We are not able to handle that difference. This difference can be only handled if we invest a certain amount of time and energy towards stabilizing individual human beings. There's a whole lot of unstable human beings going around. If they were like any other creature, stomach full, they would be settled. But once you're human, stomach full doesn't settle you. Stomach empty, only one problem, stomach full, 100 problems. This is the nature of the human being, because he does not settle by fulfilling survival process. This one will not settle by fulfilling survival process. This has to be brought to stability to seek more profound things. When your intelligence does not seek something more than survival, it becomes violent. Do not understand violence as only shooting at someone, killing someone. No, the very way we are existing is violence. The very way we are existing on this planet, the way we live is violent to every other creature on this planet. If that violence has to go, there must be more stable humanity, then we will do only what's needed. Right now, our excess itself is violence. Everything is in excess, nobody knows what is really the need of an individual human being. Everybody is comparing himself to somebody else and in constant state of excess, which is violence. You must listen to the birds and the worms and the insects and the trees, they all have terrible stories to tell about us. Really, very terrible stories. You must report this. Bad news.
I'm going to assign immediately a bird correspondent. He's going to have a lot of…
I thought you were going to tweet today.
Tweet it. Very good. Do you tweet?
Oh, yeah, sometimes.
Wow, perfect. Okay, I'll tweet and you'll retweet.